Will Show. I'm Dr. Will, and today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Dr. Benjamin. Hello, Mr. Dr. Benjamin.
Hello, Dr. Will. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you. I'm so glad you could come out and take time out
Of
of your
course.
busy schedule for this. Mr. Dr. Benjamin today will be talking to us about communication and how it is bioactive and affects our lives in numerous ways. So, Mr. Benjamin, would you be able to elaborate a little bit more on what exactly it means that communication is bioactive?
I would love to, Will. You know, when we communication professionals say that communication is bioactive, what we're really meaning is that communication directly affects not only our biology, but the biology of those around us as well.
Wow. What exactly do you mean that communication impacts our biology?
You know, communication can shape and create brain structure, and that's based on the communication environment that we're in.
Wow. Why don't we take a quick look at a video that just shows us how communication affects our brain development and receptivity?
Hey girl, what's up? Oh, not much. Just back at school after break. What were you up to last night?
Well, last night I was just, up late studying with Robert.
Oh, really? Robert? My Robert?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. You didn't tell me you were studying with anyone last night.
It's me. Why are you getting so defensive? It's not that big of a deal.
You guys were just studying. I know how college kids do. Was Netflix involved?
Dude, calm down. We were literally just studying.
Oh, don't tell me to calm down. That's my man, girl.
We're in the same finite class. We were studying for a test we have.
Oh, yeah. He has been telling me that he's been struggling with finite. Interesting.
Yeah, so it's really not that big of a deal.
Wow, what a fascinating video. So, while we watched that, I noticed that the participants seem to be mirroring each other's communication styles quite a bit. Can you explain and elaborate a little bit more on why that is happening?
Yes, of course. Well, you see, in the brain, we have what are known as mirror neurons. And what these mirror neurons do is they trick our own brain into thinking that the actions and the moods of other people are actually our own. So that's why when you feel pain, when you see somebody else get hurt, it's the same thing that happens just in communication.
Wow, what an intriguing idea. Why don't we take a quick look at a video that elaborates a little bit more on mirror neurons and communication?
I don't know. I've never had that happen.
All right, now that everything's back to normal. What a fascinating video on mirror neurons and how they affect our communication. So, Captain Dr. Mr. Benjamin, does communication only affect the brain?
No, it can even affect the way that our genes themselves function.
So what you're saying is that it affects us genetically? How do we know that communication can affect us genetically?
It has been shown through work with people such as PTSD patients that exercises like structured storytelling, telling their stories in a way that can be very therapeutic to them, can actually repair some of their damaged DNA.
Wow. Why don't we take a look on a video that can give us proper communication styles for consultation with patients with PTSD or people that have suffered through traumatic events. Hello, thank you for coming in today.
Yeah, yep.
What brought you here today?
Dark times.
I see. It says here you have an extreme fear of the rain.
Yeah,
We call that ombrophobia.
omphobia.
Yes. About how long have you been struggling with your ombrophobia?
About 6 years and 9 months before that.
Okay. How did your fear begin? Can you pinpoint a specific time or event that occurred?
The first incident that I can remember, I was walking my cat Tickles along the park along Lincoln Way, and it was a nice day, gorgeous, beautiful day. And all of a sudden, the clouds rush in, the wind picks up. It's cold, and I'm wet, and I can't escape. I can't escape.
I'm very sorry to hear about this. Have there been any recent incidents that have led you into that?
Yes, there have been.
Okay. So how do you feel when it's about to start raining and when it actually does rain?
I feel wet and cold and lonely and afraid and scared and lost and terrified, and it's like I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I think that's good. I'm sorry to hear that. Just take it slowly. I'm very sorry. Is there anything that you think could have happened in your childhood that brought this omrophobia upon you?
Well, I'm not sure, but oftentimes I wonder. It's when I was a young boy and I was going to school, and my father, to wake me up in the morning, he would splash a cold bucket of water on my head every morning to wake me up. I just couldn't bear it anymore. Just couldn't do it. It's not.
Wow, I'm very sorry to hear that you had to go through that as such a young child. Well, I appreciate you coming in, and thank you so much. I think this was a very good start, and we made some very good progress.
Yes, I agree, Doctor.
Johnsonville Polish sausages. The best damn sausage you'll ever eat. And it's from Poland.
Eat the damn sausage!
Wow, what an interesting video we just examined. So, Mr. Captain Benjamin, in what ways can we control the way communication is affecting us?
The use of things such as positive facial expressions have actually been linked to lower instances of cardiovascular disease, meaning that the way we express our emotions directly contributes to our overall health.
Wow. Can we only impact our health through our communication, or does our communication affect those around us as well?
It does affect others and not just ourselves. I'm glad you pointed that out. You know, it's been shown that the relationship that a doctor has with their patient can directly affect the longevity of the illness, meaning that if they communicate properly and they're very helpful with their patient and caring, empathetic, they can actually shorten the span of the illness. And also, the way that we communicate even with our children can greatly impact how they grow up and the patterns of communication that they develop over their lifetimes.
Wow, what an interesting topic. Why don't we take a look at a video that shows and demonstrates just how communication with children, both positive and negatively, can affect their communication patterns in the future.
Hey, honey, how was school today?
Good. Guess what I learned today?
Oh, what's that?
I learned the American Pledge.
Oh, the American Pledge? Maybe the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you memorize it in one time?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let's hear it.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
America?
Yeah.
Close. Good
And
job.
to the republic that understands.
Oh, maybe it's for which it stands?
Yeah.
It's okay. You're doing good.
Thank you. Under nation, under God, with liberty.
Oh, missed a word. Indivisible.
Individual.
Indivisible. Good job, got it.
With liberty
Uh-huh.
and justice for all.
Great job, wow.
25 years later.
In conclusion, I'd like to thank you all for being here. And most importantly, I'd like to thank my mom for always being there for me and supporting me with everything that I want to do in my life.
Miss Senator, over here. Question.
Miss Senator.
Yes, you.
Hey, Sonny, how's it going?
It's going swell, Dad.
Oh, how was baseball?
It was good. We're selling candy bars.
I don't care what you're selling. Candy's terrible for you.
Daddy, no.
No, baseball sucks, especially Little League. And you. Quit forever.
Daddy, no.
Don't call me daddy, that is sir to you.
25 years later.
Hey, man. You got stuff.
Stuff right here, man.
Breathe. Hands up.
Wow. What an interesting video on child development and communication. So since we just focused a little bit on child communication, can babies understand the communication of others as well?
Yes, at a very early age, they are very responsive to the world around them. And it has been shown through things such as the still face experiment.
Wow. What exactly is the still face experiment?
The still face experiment is a study that was done, and what they would do is they would have the parents come in, play with their children as normal, and we're talking infants, not children like we just saw. They would play with their infants just as they normally would. They'd take a moment, turn away, and when they would turn back, they would completely ignore the child. They would just look straight into space, not react to anything the child did. And what we would see is that immediately the child would become distraught. They would do anything to get their parents' attention, waving, screaming, doing anything they could. When the parents went back to playing with them as normal, the children became relaxed. They went right back to their normal selves.
Wow. Why don't we take a look at the still face experiment actually happening?
All right, so what else do we have to do?
All right, so we still have the still face scene left, and then we also still need to do the therapy session scene.
Okay.
What did you think we should do for the therapy session?
Mac, you're not sure. What do you think? Hello? Woohoo, Ben. Ben. Hello? All right.
Yeah, so for the therapy session, I was thinking maybe we could do like a back and forth between the two people. How does that sound?
Wow. What a fascinating video on the still face experiment. So, that's about all the time we have, but we have one final question for you, Captain Dr. Mr. Sir Benjamin. What should the major takeaway from the concept of bioactivity and communication be?
I think it's really just that the way that we communicate can be just as important as how we communicate it. You can't just say something using the words that you mean. You need to have an exact way that you're saying them. You need to have an exact method of communicating with that person, because how you're communicating can directly impact them and their health.
Wow. What a thrilling conversation we just had with Dr. Sir Captain Mr. Benjamin. Well, that is about all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today.
Oh, yes.
It means a lot.
Thank you, El Presidente, Mr. Doctor, Sir Will.